What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and as you can tell by the title of this video today, we are going to be taking a little bit of a deeper dive into my vinyl collection, colored vinyl to be specific. I'm a vinyl collector and I have been for about 2 years now, and I do have an original vinyl collection video over on my channel if you want to check out what vinyl I had to start off my collection right when I started collecting. And pretty much after that, every like 3 months or so, I did a vinyl collection update video where I show you guys newest vinyl editions that I have bought recently. But since that original first video, I have obviously collected a ton of vinyl, primarily most of my favorite albums of all time, and a lot of them happen to be colored, and I personally I love collecting colored vinyl because it makes it stand out. It makes them unique from just the regular black. And I hear a lot of people say, you know, black sounds better on vinyl, but honestly, for me, it's all about like the collection aspect. Of course, if they only offer black, I'm still going to buy it. It's not all about color. Nothing has to be colored. But to me, I feel like if there's a black copy and there's an option to get a cooler looking pressing, I'm gonna go with the cooler looking one because it's more rare. And I think that's really what makes my collection, is how each record is different. You know, they all look a different way and have their own kind of style and vibe to them. So today I have pulled aside 10 of my favorite colored records that I think look the absolute best in my entire collection. So this is a good video for you guys if you have not watched all of my vinyl collection updates and you don't feel like going back and watching them, which you should, but in case you don't want to do that, this is a good video for you guys to watch to kind of get a good idea of my best looking colored vinyl. Now, before I do actually get started, I want to remind you guys that I am currently doing a giveaway. If you guys are interested in winning a red vinyl copy of Revolution Radio by Green Day, then all you have to do to enter is download the TAD app. There will be a link down in the description, top link, I believe. You can download the TAD app. It's 100% free. All you have to do is watch ads on the app, and the more you watch, the more TADs that you earn. It's basically a credit. Then you can go up to 500 each day, and once you reach 500 every day, send it over to me. You can type in my name, I will come up and then send them straight to me, and that actually turns into real money. But to actually enter this giveaway, all you have to do is screenshot proof of you sending me 500 TADs, tweet it to me, send it on Instagram, just bring it to my attention, and the people that are most consistent with doing this like every day or send the most are going to be more likely to win this vinyl copy right here. Now guys, remember, it is 100% free for you to do this, and it costs nothing but your time. Just a couple minutes every day, earn up to 500 TADs, send it my way, and you'll have a chance to win this vinyl. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, let's get into this actual video. So like I said, I have 10 records that I want to show you guys, and I actually didn't even mean for that to be 10, like it wasn't on purpose. I was just looking through my vinyl and picked a bunch that I thought looked the best, and it turned out to be an even 10, so that works out perfectly. And I am going to be talking about these in order, so the ones at the end of my list are going to be like the more prettier, like best ones ever, and the ones at the beginning are still awesome, but you know, it's gonna get better and better as we go. The first record I want to talk about is That's the Spirit by Bring the Horizon. Now, I originally had a black copy of this because I got it right when the album came out, and that was the only pressing that they were offering, but I liked the album enough that I just had to get it. And actually a few months ago, I think it was in the spring, they came out with a beautiful, beautiful orange pressing of this album that I immediately had to cop. If you guys know the color scheme of this record, like the inside gatefold is like super pretty, all these awesome colors, and I was always wondering if they were ever gonna come out with a pressing that like looked like that or had really bright, cool colors to match with that theme, and they finally did. Now it is more just like simply like bright orange, like this color in here, but it still looks awesome. There's little hints of like dark red swirls in there and just other colors in there that just make it look really awesome. And that exact color is actually like one of my favorite shades of the rainbow. Like literally, that is my aesthetic, and it fits this album perfectly. So the next one I want to talk about is actually State Champ's album, The Finer Things, and this was actually something I got, I believe, from Newberry Comics. It was like an exclusive on their website that I noticed, and it's super, super pretty. This pressing actually reminds me of like like green slime, but like in a good way. I don't know, it just totally matches the album cover as well. As you can see, it kind of has like the green trees, and the actual pressing really does match that really well with the greens. It's white and green swirl, and it just looks really, really pretty and just eye-catching. And that's actually like one of the few records that I have that is green in any way. I think I only have one other record that's green, so this one is definitely a standout in my collection. Next up, we have Microwave's debut album, Much Love, one of my favorites of last year. And this vinyl pressing, I believe, I can't remember where I got it from, but it was a newer like pressing of it. It wasn't one of the originals, I believe. And this one's actually a really pretty split of dark blue and white, off-white, I guess. It is partially translucent, so you can kind of see through the colors. It's not completely, you know, opaque, but it looks super pretty because there is like a yellow and white splatter covering both sides, and it's just unique, I think. It's actually one of the only split pressing records that I have, so I thought it was really unique, and when I saw it go up online, I had to have it. If you guys know me or have seen my past vinyl collections, you know that this next one had to be on this list. It's Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die by Panic at the Disco, and it's the Hot Topic exclusive pressing, and this one is seriously edible. Like, I literally want to eat it. It looks like sprinkles on cake or something. It just looks so delicious, and I absolutely adore this one because it completely follows the theme of the album cover. If you notice the colors in Brendan's cigarette smoke, those are the colors that are on this record pressing. It's an off-white clear, and it has red, yellow, and blue splatter all throughout, and it's seriously like the most pleasing thing to look at ever. I'm in love with it. This next one is The Story So Far's self-titled, their most recent album. Where's the next one, guys? Just saying. But this one is another favorite of mine because it also looks kind of delicious in a way. It's sort of creamy. The base color is cream, and then it has like baby blue and light pink colors swirled in there. This is another one that I feel like looks like ice cream or cake or just cotton candy and stuff like that, and it really gives off that vibe, and when you listen to the record you're like, oh shit, this is like aggressive pop punk. Doesn't really match that, but I think it completely matches the actual album cover. This is one that I was so pleased with when I actually opened it because I got this at a record store and it did not say what color it was gonna be, so I wasn't sure if it was even going to be colored, and when I opened it up I was so pleased because that is seriously one of my favorite pressings. Obviously, I remember posting it on Instagram and the colors just pop, and I apologize for like my camera. It probably doesn't show the colors as bright as they actually look in person, so I will try and edit that a little bit for you guys, but anyways, trust me, it's beautiful. This next one is Double Dare by Waterparks, one of my favorite albums of 2016. And I was so excited when they finally released this on vinyl because they actually hadn't had a pressing of it for a long time until I believe June when they finally released it. There were a couple other different pressings of this, but the one I copped was the most rare. I believe it was 1 out of 500 or 100, I don't even know. And as you can see, it is a dark maroon / purple color, and it has blue and pink splatter towards the middle part, and holy fucking shit, it is just absolutely gorgeous. And actually the back side of this record looks even better. You can more easily see that blue and pink standing out on top of the purple, but either way, this record is absolutely beautiful. Getting closer to the top of my list, of course, I could not leave out Infinity on High by Fall Out Boy. It's one of my favorite albums of all time by one of my favorite bands of all time. I'm InfinityOnHannah, so of course I'm going to be including Infinity on High. This is another one that is like the Panic at the Disco one, that the splatter really matches the album cover. It's white and blue. I got this one from Hot Topic as well, so it was another exclusive from them, which is unavailable now. So glad they finally repressed this album. I was waiting for so long, it feels like, and they finally did it. They finally did something we wanted. Thank you, Fall Out Boy. Or I guess thank you, Hot Topic, rather. Either way, this is seriously one of the most prettiest pressings that I own. This one is seriously up there for me. It just matches the aesthetic of the album with like the starry night sky and the sheep and the moonlight, and I just feel like it fits perfectly. At number 3 on my list, we have Creeper's Eternity in Your Arms, and this one is actually a really beautiful purple marbled pressing, and that means that basically it's like completely opaque purple, you know, solid purple, you can't see through it, and it has like little I don't know, it's not splatter, but just like little waves and lines in there of different colors. There's specks of white, lighter purple, even dark blue and black, and it just makes for a really nice, like pleasing, eye-catching record that I honestly didn't expect this to be like one of my favorites, but the more I look at it, the more I'm like, wow, like this one seriously looks so good. And it looks really cool spinning on the turntable as well. Like I seriously just love this purple theme. It's one of my only purple records that looks like this, that's this pretty at least, so I had to give this one a mention. At number 2, we have what was originally my number 1 favorite of all time that I owned for a long time now, for at least a year. It is Knuckle Puck's EP. It's only 6 songs, but I had to buy the vinyl of this because it's one of my favorites by them, and the main reason that I wanted to have this is because, of course, of how awesome this pressing looks. I'm a really big fan of like red tones, especially darker ones, and this just gives me all of that. It's seriously so fucking beautiful, especially when like the light shines in through it because it is partially translucent. And another notable thing about this album is the back side. Obviously this only plays on the front because there's only 6 songs. On the back it's just like this white image of that Indian head that I actually have a tapestry of. But yeah, I just thought it looked so sick on the back of this, and it does a great job obviously of contrasting with those red tones. It's been my number 1 for so long just because I love the colors and just how it looks overall, but like I said, that's actually not my number 1 today. Now let's move on to my actual number 1 favorite vinyl pressing that I own. It is Greyscale's Adornment. This is one of my favorite albums of this year so far. Great pop punk rock record that a lot of you guys need to be checking out. This band is super underrated, let me just say that first. But let's get on with the actual pressing. This one is absolutely amazing looking. It looks like a sunset or a sunrise, honestly. It's my favorite shade of orange. It's almost a peach color overall, and it has, you know, different shades of like darker oranges and reds and lighter oranges and yellows, and it's seriously, I cannot get over this one. I feel like a lot of smaller bands tend to have like the best looking pressings for some reason. Like this one is seriously fucking gorgeous. Like, I said that about a lot of these, but seriously, this one I cannot get over. This is another one that I think looks delicious. It looks like sherbet ice cream or something, like an orange creamsicle. I can't get over it. All the records that I talked about today are honestly ones that I could see myself hanging on a wall, like in a glass case or something. I don't know how people hang their records and stuff, but I think that would look awesome because they're seriously all beautiful. It would be awesome wall art. Obviously, I want them to be protected as well, so not just out in the open collecting dust. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed hearing about some of my favorite colored vinyl pressings that I own. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any awesome pressings that are absolutely spectacular looking. I'd love to see those. You can share those with me on Instagram or Twitter. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy watching it, and subscribe if you're new here. I make videos about, obviously, vinyl, bands, music, concerts, all that kind of stuff. If you're interested, stick around. And with that said, I will see you all in the next video.